Hello again, I'm Ben Morris. This is Mia Primavera. Help me out. I'm going to show you what I taught in my noon workshop on Sunday. Technically afternoon, but I think most of us as West Coast swing dancers still think of noon as the morning. So I appreciate you waking up. It doesn't sound early, but noon is early on a Sunday, and I'm just glad that you were there. We worked on double resistance. So starting off with the double resistant, actually we'll go from this side. We started off with two hands in our anchor position. We just talked about going from the back foot to the front foot, back foot, front foot. Notice when I'm doing this, the hips are moving a little bit more than the rest of the body. My whole body's moving, but my hips are moving more. I don't want to see this, just the hips. I also don't want to see this, no hips, like a headbang double resistant. Whole body, more hips. Okay? Notice that the give here is mostly in my hand, a little bit in the arm, but I'm not doing this. It's not a super big motion. Otherwise, she won't get stopped in time. Okay? Timing-wise, this is downbeat, upbeat, odd beat, even beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. To be more accurate, we move on the and, end on the 1. Move on the and, hit the compression on the 2. And stretch, and compress, and stretch, and compress. All right, we talked about how you want to have a little bit more energy before you go into a double resistant. So for example, if I just do a left side pass like this, I can create the double resistant from here, but it kind of comes out of nowhere. Works okay, doesn't feel great. I like to do this from turns or sometimes a sugar push. We used a sugar push where we stayed with her a little bit more on 4. 1, 2, 3, stay a little bit closer to her so there's still some compression. Then we pushed that away with a little extra energy. And 5, 6, and that creates the rebound feeling of the anchor, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, 6. I'm doing it forever and ever, but eventually I showed you how to get out of this. That'll be easier to see from this side. So to get out of a double resistant, you need to do a delayed 1, that 1 and 2 hitch timing, because when we do the double resistant, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 1, right? I'm stretched away on 1, or to be more accurate about the issue is on 6, we were still compressed. How am I going to bring her forward on 1 if I'm still here on 6? So we have to send her away on 1, then we got to go a little bit quicker because we're going a little bit later to catch back up by 2 and 2. We did that into a prep for an inside turn. So that putting that together, we had 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, 6, 1, and 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. I showed how to create a rock and go. You do the double resistant, just skip the part in the middle. Go 1, 2, 3, and 4, stretch, go right away, 3, and 4, and that's a rock and go. Or alternatively, I think of double resistance as a rock and go, where I just stop her and make her do it again. I'm like 1, 2, 3, and 4, rockin', don't go, rockin', now go. Right? Okay, then we did it from one hand. Going from the inside turn, I stayed a little closer to her. We just continued the energy of the inside turn, stretched away. 5, 6, 1, bring her forward for an underarm, and 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. We then added some optional styling. The basic styling we started with was just tapping right here by the ankles. But then we talked about how you've got this foot free, so there's a number of different things that you can do with the other foot as you're going back and forth. I'll show it though with just the basic one right here. So that was 1, 2, 3, and 4, and stretch, and compress, and stretch, and go. 3, and 4, and stretch, and compress, and stretch, and go. 3, and 4, just stretch. Basic anchor to finish. With some funky music. We're building suspense. Sugar push, stretch away, and stretch, and compress, and stretch, and go. And stretch, and compress, and stretch, and go. One more time with numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 1, and 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 1, and 2. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. Once again, I'm Ben, this is Mia, and we're here at Palm Springs.